Hello guys, good morning. I'm back at my table. I kind of like this backdrop. Okay, so my name is Jen, the Generator. I'm a high performance mindset and health coach. And so today I wanted to come on live because this question comes up a lot for me. I have people ask me all the time, Jen, like how are you productive? How do you get this stuff done during the day? How are you productive like this? And it's really interesting because, I'm a mom. Right? I'm a mom of 3, I'm a wife, and I own businesses, like I'm an entrepreneur. So how do I get this done? How do I play offense in my life instead of defense? Good morning, Jamie. So I want to share with you how I do that. This morning routine thing is I don't really like it. Okay. But I want to teach you some strategy right now. So if you want some strategy around how to become a master of your mornings, you're going to want to listen to this. So here's the thing, guys. It doesn't start in the morning. Your morning routine doesn't start in the morning. If you want to play offense in your life, your morning routine starts the night before. And the reason I wanted to come on and share this with you is because I was just in Clubhouse, and those of you who aren't on Clubhouse yet, seriously, I was in a room and I shared this and people loved this concept. So that's why I didn't want you to miss out. So I want to go through what I do in my evenings and stack that for you so you can understand my evening routine so that I can actually master my morning, because it doesn't start when you wake up, when the alarm goes off and you're like snoozing your life away, right? Hitting the button over and over again. It starts the night before. So I'm going to first go through that. It's going to take me a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes to go through that. And then I'm going to tell you how I manage my mind for offensive tactics in life versus batting things away and having feeling like things are being thrown at you left and right all day. Have you guys ever felt like that? Like you're in overwhelm constantly because everything's coming at you and you just don't know what to do. So I'm going to give you some strategy around that. Okay, so first things first, the night before I have a very systematic, this is a boundary for me, the way that I process my evenings so that I can have good work mornings. So I do this Monday through Friday, or actually be Sunday night through Thursday night. Okay, this is kind of non-negotiable for me. So here it is. I'm going to give you my routine. Now you might have to shift this, right? Shift this if, for example, you go to bed a lot later than me. I go to bed at 10. So you're gonna have to shift this depending on when you go to bed. But what I do is, this is a really important key right now. Around 7 p.m., I stop eating, first of all, because digesting food is not what I want my body to be doing. I want it to be fully resting in the evenings and when I sleep, okay? I stop eating at 7 p.m. Non-negotiable. No food enters my body after 7 p.m. It works best for me. The next thing I do is at 7 p.m., we dim all of our house lights. So the lights dim down, okay? That triggers your brain to start producing melatonin, which is gonna help you relax and sleep. Then it helps set your circadian rhythms, which are very important to start tuning into your body and getting accurate and consistent, okay? So that you can get a good night's sleep. Okay, next thing I do is my blue blockers go on. Because at that time, there's still maybe TV on, there's still maybe computer on, blue blockers are on. If you don't have blue blockers, I highly, highly suggest you invest in a pair. You can get them on Amazon now for $20, okay? Next thing, 7:45, I, like clockwork, have a cup of tea. Even if I'm literally if I'm running kids places, I literally have my tea. It's a ritual. It helps me relax and wind down. And I drink my hot cup of tea, especially now in the winter, okay? Now, 8 p.m., everything that can stimulate sympathetic nervous system goes off. That means everything gets turned off. Everything gets turned off, meaning things that stimulate your brain book-wise, that are thought-provoking, that maybe stimulate a lot of emotion, goes off. Action-packed movies or documentaries that are going to stir up a lot of emotion for you, go off. News, off. Everything off at 8 p.m. And it's going to help your body start to calm down, because look, what we ingest is not just about the food we ingest, guys. It's about our environment and what we're intaking through all of our senses. So your diet is not just the food you eat. It's about everything that's going on around you. And if we're inundated with stressors, our cortisol is going to increase. If your cortisol increases, it's going to mess up your circadian rhythm. And not only that, you're going to store body fat. Sorry, but it's true. So women are like, why can't I get rid of the fat around my middle? Why can't I get rid of the fat around my hips? It's because there's a lot of cortisol. Okay. All right. So next thing is around 9 o'clock is like super connection time. Now this might seem like it doesn't matter. Human connection is so important right now, you guys, since we're in COVID. Like if you're around people in your home, if you're around people in your home, connect with them, touch them, love them, get intimate with them, get connected. Human connection is key. Okay? I mean it. If you live alone, look, get on a FaceTime and have a good conversation. Feel loved, feel supported, send love. It will help you sleep. I'm not kidding. Okay? Now, 9:45 comes around. This is big, guys. This is big. Okay, this is so key. You don't want to miss this. At 9:45, I download my day on paper, scribble. Now, what I mean by this, scribble down my day, is I offload my brain. I clean it out. I don't want my brain processing things that are still rubbing on me energetically from the day. I don't want that. I want to be processing new ideas. I want my brain unconsciously to be processing what I can create, not the stress of the day. So I clear it. And I scribble down anything that's rubbing me. If you're stressed about work, if you're stressed about a conversation you have with your mom, if you're stressed about your kids, if you have a to-do list, if things are on your heart, put them on paper. It takes 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. And it will make you sleep like a rock. I promise. Okay, next thing is this. At that moment, this is where we shift into the mindset part. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Tell me you're ready. Give me some hearts. You guys are listening. Tell me you're ready for this, because this will change your days. This will change your days. I promise you this one thing. Okay, here it is. I set my declarations for the next day. Now, hear me out. Let me explain what these are. Okay? A declaration is not a to-do. A declaration is not a do. A declaration is how we be. Listen up, how we be. So, for example, I set my declaration in my values the night before, how I want to be the next day, how I want to show up the next day. When you do this and you filter all of your action items through a filter of your intrinsic values and how you want to be, you will never be in overwhelm. You will never be in overwhelm. So what I do is I look at my values, and I have a system for this that I work with my clients on, but I have my 3 intrinsic values that I filter everything I do through, okay? And I write down the next day, I look at them and I'm like, okay, where is my outlier? What area of my life, what value system of my life am I maybe not touching on the way that I want to? Okay. So then I identify it. So maybe, for example, so my 3 main values, I have a lot of them, but a lot of my main values lie in service, connection, and abundance, and also empowerment, like powerful, right? So here it is. So if I feel like I haven't been connected, if I'm feeling like, wow, that's a place where I need to like super get connected to my kids or my husband or my community or my clients, I'm like, tomorrow my declaration is I will be connected in every action that I take. Did you hear that? My declaration for that night, for the next day to be on offense, is I will be connected in every action I take. And if I filter my action items through that value filter, I will never be in overwhelm because I'm centered in my values. The next step is, if that is the case and that is your outlier, if your value is connection and it's been suffering, maybe you haven't been calling your parents, maybe you haven't been connecting intimately with your husband, maybe you haven't had sex in 3 days, I don't know, in 5 months, I don't know what it is. Maybe you want that intimate connection, maybe you want connection with your community, whatever, okay? The next thing is, thanks Jamie, thank you. The next thing is this, listen, okay, so you wake up in the morning and that's your declaration, eat the frog. in the area of your life that you're disconnected or that's lacking that value the most. So I teach this in my programs where it's like these 4 quadrants of your life. And I can send you that a little free thing if you want to learn this. But so for example, if you're feeling like you want to be connected that day, where do you want to be connected the most? Is it with your intimate partner? Is it with your kids? Is it with your mom? Do you think it's missing the most in your community? Do you think it's missing the most with your best friend? You pick up the phone and you call your best friend. Or you lay in your bed with your husband and you snuggle and you let the world go and you connect for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, and get your values right. When you eat the frog, you're connected to your intrinsic values and you connect there first in your way of being. The rest of your day is on offense. And then every action item you create after that in your day, you filter through connection. And then you're like, wow, I feel amazing. I did what was true for me. I wasn't in that external value search where I need to grasp and do and perform. Because everything I did was rooted in my intrinsic values. That's happiness. That's fulfillment. That's joy. That's out of anxiety. I promise you. Stop the to-do list and start the to-be list. So here's my question for you today. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? How do you want to show up? How do you want to be a part of your day? Do you want to be on defense or offense? And it starts with that question. How do you want to be today? All right, you guys, I'd love to see your values in this thread. Pop them here. Tell me what they are. And tell me maybe what your outlier is right now. Maybe where you're missing that piece. I want to know. Okay, and if you want that little free thing, I told you about the little free thing, the tool I have to help you learn this, send me a message or post here and I'll send it to you. It's just a free downloadable PDF. It'll take you 10 minutes to do max and it will change your life. I'm not kidding. All right, so that's how you change your day. It's how you change your mornings and your productivity. Okay, guys, have a beautiful day. Thanks for being here. Mwah. Bye.